It is a Saturday morning. We've got a little bit of weather to talk about. It's going to be a beautiful day. Temperatures today are going to end up in the mid 70s, upper 70s. Check this out. Redding today goes 75 degrees. Lake Tahoe, daytime high about 58 degrees. That's pretty warm for the lake. Santa Rosa, 74 degrees today. Los Angeles, 77. So 70s, spring. Some allergies, some tree pollens are popping in for sure. Grasses, weeds right behind. And these high clouds, which represent the potential for some rain, which occurs Sunday night in Northern California through Monday morning, and maybe a little into Monday afternoon, but in a general cool down, then a warm up, then a cool down again. We'll see all that in the computer model. Going off to see Dad today. He's 98 years old. That's why I'm up a little early. He's 98 years old. Kind of an amazing guy because he's sort of a lifestyle guy. Second veterinary class out of Davis. So he's like, after World War II, these veterinarians, there weren't vet schools. Veterinarians, Davis was the first one, and he was the second class. So they were basically, hey, you want to be a veterinarian? Yeah, I'll be a veterinarian. And it was awesome. After that war, those guys, the opportunities those kids had. So he just became a veterinarian, one of the first in the state, and lasted about pretty long. He practiced till he's like in probably his mid 80s. No, maybe 83, 84. But anyway, he's turning 98 years old. So, and it's fun to talk to him. He's old Californian. So when you talk to him, like I tell you, I think I've told you this, but he literally knew and spoke with, when he was young in the 1930s, spoke with people who fought in the Civil War. And old people for sure, like his dad's friends. But it's like, what? And then his parents, and my mom's parents, they all came over on wagons. And it's a really, very interesting story. But he's kind of losing a step. But it's awesome when you can get him focused on stuff, like especially a couple years ago, and start telling stories about San Francisco in the 1930s, 1940s. It was awesome. So anyway, so that's kind of fun. So I'm kind of up a little early going at it. We'll get you started off here with the beautiful shot of Mount Shasta. We can do this, and we'll just watch the sun come up real quickly. I think I can. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, you did it. Awesome. The sun coming up. For my money, that's the prettiest mountain. Okay, in the world. I know, I pontificate. But it's beautiful. And that's kind of what we do here, right? We're just sort of like a little love letter to California weather-wise. You know, it's weather off the top, and then in the back, we're going to be doing some more pictures. We'll go look at the birds and what have you. But in the beginning here, we like to do what we're call, the weather stuff. So here are the high cirrus clouds we just saw moving in. There's Cape Mendocino, major break point, especially for this next weather system, Sunday night, Monday. From here north, they're going to get rain. It's going to be an inch of rain and plus. And then from Point Conception north to Monterey Bay, nothing. We may see some drizzle in Central California, and then Southern California, you just stay warm and dry and cozy. So, and here comes the cold air. But it doesn't really get in here. There'll be some cool air, but it's not a big cool down like that last weather system. The model's going to do this. Let's back it up. We're going to go GFS, surface isobars, or black lines. These dashed lines, I mentioned it yesterday. Don't try to take it all in at once, but just see these dashed lines. Those are thicknesses. So thicknesses represent the thickness of the atmosphere up to 500 millibars. And it just shows you, the premise is the warmer the air mass, the higher the column. So these areas to the south, that's a warmer air mass. This next dashed line is a little cooler than that, right? Because you're working your way north. So it's a way to determine how temperatures are going to go. Are they going to warm or are they going to cool? And you'll see that coming up. So here we go into today. Nothing much, not too much. And then into tomorrow night. This is Sunday night into Monday morning. And that is the opportunity for activity. And it's a kind of a, Southern Oregon, Northern California, far Northern California. Yeah, it's going to be an okay, kind of a thing, but not a big thing. Just a thing. Like Mount Shasta, if they get 3 inches of snow, 4 inches of snow, something like that. But then what I want you to see is, so see those purple thickness lines again? Okay, so now as that front slides through, watch these lines start to go north. And then, so here, it's a lot to think about, I know. but see the lines pulling up, going up, 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 up. And there are numbers assigned to them. Let's see if I can see the numbers. There's numbers, these are the numbers right here. That's the purple number, so 558 meters is the height of the air column. And then it's interspersed with the surface isobars. But all you want to do is go, oh yeah, those lines are going up. Look, they go up, 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 up. Oh, now they're starting to go down, 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 down. As we get in, it's going to cool off, more clouds, cooler air. See the cooler air mass coming in, and that is right there. That actually ends up being a mid-latitude system. That is on April 13th. That looks kind of interesting, but that's a ways off, so I'm not really counting on it. I never really, especially once you get out past 36, 48 hours, I don't really count on anything. Here is how it looks for tomorrow, or for Sunday night, Monday, pardon me. And that's the extent of the weather system. Yeah. And then we go through some time, not much happens, and then we get into that next weather system that we saw, where we saw the thicknesses drop. And that's the rainfall forecast for western United States through April 21st. So, next week. So, yeah, not a lot, but season appropriate for sure. This is what I'd expect. This is the big weather story right now. So we've done our local weather, right? Today's gonna be warm, tomorrow's gonna be warm. Sunday night, clouds, maybe some showers Monday morning, especially Northern California. And temperatures on Monday a little cooler, then they start to warm up on Tuesday. And there we did it. That's the weather. In Southern California, you stay snuggy the whole time. This is this line of storms. So what do you got? You got a stationary front, cold air here, warm air trying to come here, and they're colliding in this zone right here. And that's created, not just today, not just tomorrow, but has created over the last couple of days this nonstop heavy rain, severe weather, tornadic activity, on and on and on. And that's where we stand right now. We're continuing to see watches and warnings. This area here, these are all, that's a lot of people living here and living there. And it's the second, third day in a row, and it's going to go into tomorrow. And this is these are the watches, warnings, and severe weather warnings. These reds representing bad stuff, and tornadoes, severe weather, you name it. So these are very, sketchy times out there, because again, you're getting into historical amounts of water. So if you have relatives out there, you're already, you know what's going on, and they're expecting a lot more today, and some continuance into tomorrow. This is the tomorrow forecast, and you can see the red areas moved a little further south, but still the copious rains. There's very little break for them, and that's the thing we always talk about here in Northern California. We can get a lot of rain if we get breaks. They can handle a bit of rain if they get breaks, but they're not getting a break. Little valley fog this morning, isn't that pretty? Coming out through the gate. That's off Tamalpais, Mount Tamalpais. And you see the high cirrus clouds overhead, representing that change coming in the weather. Here is Mount Diablo. This is looking east from Sutro Tower now. I'll point out some stuff. There's Transamerica Pyramid. There's Salesforce Tower. Campanile. Berkeley campus is right here. Mount Diablo is right here. And Alameda is right here. And Oakland is right in here, on the other side of the bay. So beautiful morning. Up early, like I said, going to go see Dad. 98, man. I know. He seems pretty happy. The thing is kind of cool. He has lost a step, just cognitively, but he's in the moment a lot. Like today, we'll take him out to the pier. I wheel him down to the Santa Cruz pier, and he just sits and watches the birds and comments. Like if I talk about things like, high school something or what, he'll kind of go, I kind of remember that. But when he's in nature, he's in the moment, which is awesome. And he makes awesome observations. He goes, well, did you notice that bird's doing that because that? I mean, he's always connecting dots. He's an animal guy. Okay, Channel Islands. These, I mentioned this yesterday. This is Santa Barbara Harbor, which is just, talk about an iconic stretch of beach right there, right? That is it. And then the Mission's up here. These islands, which are Channel Islands, which are bigger than you think, I was telling, I think I mentioned this yesterday too. I was telling Pam, my wife, that you know, those islands, if they weren't there, everything south of Point Conception would probably be, I'm going to say it, I think it would be one of the best, you know, one of the most, it already is when the swell gets in because of the topography of the coast. So if those islands weren't there, it would be one of the top 3 wave places in the world. I'm there, I said it. I know that you can probably critique that because islands have a different vibe, but just in terms of mainland, continental, blah, 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 I think that is would be amazing. Laguna Beach, which is amazing. You can see the ocean's very calm, beautiful day. Temperature on Laguna Beach today, what are they going to get to? 68 degrees, so beautiful out there. This is up in the mountains. Temperature at Heavenly right now is 35 degrees, or at the top it's 28, but down at the bottom it's 35. Nobody's on the hill yet. We're up a little early. Let's see if we can, go down. What is that? Oh, 30 degrees. I was wrong. But just beautiful. It's nothing. I'm a groomer guy. Like groomers, you guys are just this corduroy they put down. I remember when they used to, let's go back so far skiing. It's, I'm old, but they used to drag grates, these heavy metal grates behind tractors, and that's how they groomed the snow. And they would just, and it was pretty primitive, and in retrospect, pretty dangerous probably. The way they did it. And I've actually seen guys doing that skiing with them, dragging grates to plow the hill. This is North Star. That taqueria looks awesome. I wonder if we have any more North Star. Let's try this. Never done that. That taqueria looks sick, actually. And they're just getting ready for the day. It's a live picture, but not much going on. North Star's in the 30s. This is low 30s. This is Mount Rose. Beautiful day there. And again, folks just getting ready to get on the hill. I guess this resort's probably open at about, I'm gonna work this up, I don't care. There it is. Ooh, nice. I think they open around 8:30. So, God, what a day though, right? And that's beautiful. And again, this snow event we just had was awesome for this time of year. And the next rains were great. And because we looked at that 8-station index, that jetted us. If it stops all precipitation now, we're above average for those 8-station index points in Northern California, which is so important to California water. And I think we're going to get more. I don't think we're done. I think that system towards the next week, a week away, looks like it has real potential to bring more rain. Not maybe much snow, but more rain. That is Mount Rose. This is Kirkwood. And it's a beautiful day again. I think I can get this to go. Come on. There we go. Now we're cooking. And it's going to be warm. Today, temperatures on the hill, you're probably going to get into the mid-upper 50s for sure. Down at the lodge, you're going to get into the low 60s. Here is Ocean Beach. I wanted this to play. I'm going to try it anyway. And I wanted it to play because the whole thing's jammed up a little bit. Okay, well we'll see if it comes back. But that's the story. As we go into the next couple of days, we're going to see the rain showers. We're going to see, let's see if I can get the birds going here. I don't think I can. We're going to see the rain showers. Again, I'm going to have to cut this down because everything's jammed up on me. We are going to see rain showers on Sunday night, Monday. Temperatures are going to continue to stay on the warm to mild side. And we end up warming up next week back into the 70s and cooling down again as we go into a week from today. So the middle of the week is going to warm up. It's going to be very similar to what we saw last weekend. Okay, let's see if we can do this again tomorrow. I'll see you back here.